on, man.
I'm here just on time.
Is it discount time?
Do you hear the vomit noise in the background? That is Matt from South Bay. What is it?
South Bay Anglers.
South Bay Anglers. And he just making that comment about the USC football team, which
They're doing pretty good this year, yeah.
they're doing pretty good.
You guys should have bet, Matt. You guys should have bet.
I'm in. I'll
You still bet? You'll still bet.
Yeah, I'll bet on the Notre Dame SC game.
Yeah.
You want to bet?
You got a pretty good chance this year, Matt. I would take that
Yeah.
bet.
You want to bet?
Let you know next week.
All right, then you got it next week.
I'm ready right now.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
On the 18th, so let's plan something.
What's
No,
going to happen?
all you got to do is just exchange jerseys, just for one day.
Yeah, there you go. You wear the Notre Dame jersey. Yeah, there you go. Or I got to wear the SC jersey.
Dumber.
Just for one day.
That's right, man.
Take some pictures.
So I have to sit here at the show.
No. We'll think of something creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't work on weekends.
We'll figure it out. It doesn't have to be on that day.
I think it's a great idea, don't you, Dan?
Sounds good to me.
Meanwhile, I got Peter, your reel repair guy, working on my car.
He's more of a car repair guy that does reels. He's pretty good at it too. Both of them.
Oh, I could see, man.
Fixing cars and fixing reels.
Everybody else is looking at it like,
Yeah.
well, me, it's another planet for me. But like Anthony looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And Mitchell, they kind of, and then Peter just goes out here.
Yeah.
This is what we got to do, and blah 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 blah.
He's
blah.
already got it half taken apart.
Does he?
Yeah.
That's great, man. All right, I think we're actually live now. What do you think, Sam?
I think
Is that
you're on the
possible?
wrong link though.
I think I got to go here.
Maybe that one.
And yeah, this is going to
it?
do it.
Alrighty.
Welcome to Tackle Shop Confessions. I finally got it right.
All right.
It's only 2 times. I've gone more than that on some of these
Yeah.
shows. Here at Island Fishing Tqckle in beautiful Carson, California, where the inventory is vast and the knowledge is even vaster. Is that a word?
Yeah, we're pretty
I don't
vast
think so.
around here.
Yeah, vaster knowledge. Hey, it's great to be with you all. Sam, how are you?
Great.
Good.
How was your trip?
It was fantastic. It was just like seeing it through the eyes of Chuck Zimmer's son,
Yeah.
Charlie. Charlie had been told, you're going to get your head cut off. All this bad stuff's going to happen. It's going to be terrible. And,
So where all did you end up going? Which different points? Did you
Okay,
hit?
we'll start. We drove into Tecate.
Okay.
Went straight to Los Amigos.
Okay.
And
Tacos,
had carne asada tacos with the boys there. I brought them a bottle of, what did I bring them a bottle?
Water.
Of? Crown Royal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Crown Royal. And they were thrilled to see me. So I gave them that. Actually, I should put that video up because I think Anthony shot a video of that happening. So we took care of those guys, and then we were kind of like conflicted on where to go. We decided we'll go to Popotla. There's a toll road. Rode that into Popotla, and then we went up to Rosarita Beach. We went to see these gemelas, these twins
Okay.
that have a souvenir thing because Chuck and Charlie. So now they're feeling good. The twins speak pretty good English. Helped them out. They got a bunch of cool stuff. Anthony got a cow skull, with the horns.
Yeah.
Lovely gift for his sister's wedding.
Okay.
Nothing says love more than a
I mean,
cow's
yeah.
head.
That's the first thing I thought when you mentioned the cow.
Right?
It must be for a wedding.
Oh, it's got to be for
Yeah,
a
it
wedding.
must be for a wedding. Yeah.
So he got that, and then we went to Ensenada, and we kind of calmed down there. They went in the pool. We got our bearings a little bit. And then the next day we were off to Tijuana. There was an event at the Cultural Center, food culinary thing, which was fun. We walked around that. Then we drove around Revolution Boulevard. We didn't get out. I said, hey, if you guys want to get out, we'll do it, or we'll go have a Caesar salad. And then up to Rosarita, we had lunch, breakfast at my friend's Tony Lozano's place.
Oh, yeah?
La Huerita. Great food.
Man, you guys took the tour.
Oh my God. Yeah. And then back to Ensenada. We had dinner up there. And then we went to this kayak tournament. We donated a ton of shirts and plastic lures that the boys from Like Plastics.
Okay.
Probably like 1,000 plastics.
Whoa.
And
That's crazy.
I'll give you the honest story here. There's a guy.
Finally.
There's a guy.
After all these years. After all these years. Everybody listen up. Honesty.
I really don't go to the casino that often, but I do like that Dia de los Muertos, and there's a guy in there that I've become friendly with.
At
He's
the
a
casino.
big kayak fisherman.
At the casino.
Yeah,
I
he's
gotcha. Okay.
Brings your coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
And really nice guy. And so he was telling me how he won this big tournament in La Paz, and he was first place. So I walk up to him and I go, "Here's a ton of plastics. You know what? If you want to sell them, do whatever you want. You know,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
make yourself. You're such a nice person. Here's a bunch of shirts. Do whatever you want. Meanwhile, he was telling me about the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the tournament, and there are all the plastics and shirts he had given them to the tournament director
yeah.
to give to everybody else.
Wow,
to
that's
share
awesome.
with everybody else. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know, me, I would have been out selling them or giving them to my friends or whatever. So we had that whole thing. We spent some time with the people that are wrapping rods down there, doing the kayak stuff. All really solid, great guys. And so now at this point, Charlie's like, well, what is the issue about coming down here?
Yeah, yeah.
And then he's getting a haircut. You know, we pretty much like, hey, good luck, Charlie. We go next door. I'm drinking coffee. Chuck's having a margarita. Charlie's over there getting his haircut. We went to this upholstery joint where I know these people in an upholstery thing. Chuck needed a piece of leather. It's like, oh, won't the upholstery guys have that? He goes, probably.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we went over there and had a really good time and a lot of fun. It just was really awesome, you know, and it wasn't the tourist kind of
Yeah.
thing. We went everywhere.
Like the inside guys,
Yeah.
you know, tour. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a great time. And then Chuck came up with this idea. I heard you talking to him about it, about taking rod blanks down there, teaching kids how to wrap them, and then taking them on a fishing trip.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it's great. You know, anything that we can do to kind of, you know, provide a cool, different experience anywhere, but especially down there, something that they probably wouldn't get too often is pretty awesome. And so I know for Chuck, he expressed many times how many times he's gotten help, you know, kind of in learning, you know, to wrap rods. Although by seeing his rods now, you'd think he'd be doing it. You know, he's been doing it for like 10 years or whatever. But he's really progressed quickly. But a lot of that has come from just the community, you know, offering that up. That's not something that we had available to us like in the 90s. You know, it was back then. It was something that, you know, guys that knew how to rap didn't really show other guys. It wasn't something that, you know, you invited, you know, too much as far as letting somebody know your secrets or your tricks or how to do something.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's not so much. It seems like the community is a lot better about showing how they do something, or if there's somebody new, bringing them along and saying, hey, man, I'll show you how to do this. There's almost a sense of pride being able to pass that knowledge on to somebody else. And you can see right away that Chuck's kind of taken that mantra and said,
Totally.
oh, man, this is an opportunity for me to kind of pay it forward. And so, yeah, that's pretty awesome that he's thinking about doing that.
Yeah, good. And I heard you're getting involved in it, so
Yeah.
we appreciate all your help and really stoked to be doing that. Looking forward. That's going to be December the 12th. Is that Our Lady of Guadalupe?
Yes,
The
yes.
12th, right?
The 12th,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it'll be very festive religiously.
Already, yep.
Down
yep.
there. It'll be a great time. And it should be a really good event. We'll let you know. I know we're going to be looking for volunteers. If you know how to wrap a rod, great. If you don't, you can just show a kid some love. You don't have to speak Spanish. We'll have translators. And just as long as you're helping out with the event, I think it'll be a great thing. Really do.
Right.
All right, you want me to read a couple comments?
Yeah,
Then
let's
we're
get
going to
caught up
talk
a
some
little bit.
fishing.
Uh-huh.
And when we run out of comments, Michael Limon wants some chicken wings.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
a little
right.
rat
He's been
face.
missing out for a
I was
little bit.
gonna. He fixed up the table and did all this.
He did.
He earned his chicken wings
Yep.
today. The table, there was nothing on it, huh?
Finished his homework already.
Finished
Even
his
better.
homework.
Awesome.
I mean, we got the guys out there fixing the car.
Man, all kinds of stuff going
I can't
on.
cheap out
Multitasking.
tonight, you know. This is one that I have to actually come through. Mike Krinkovich says it was way more fun watching the opening cluster. Thank you, Mike. I do my best to screw things up from time to time. Arturo Jacinto says hello. Arturo, always good to see you here. Mike Krinkovich says Peter's a solid guy servicing reels. Other
Solid.
than that, he's not so solid. But servicing reels, he's a solid guy. Good evening. Right side up now, says Isaac. Man, I'm going to be tortured forever. Robert Slagers, Phil, is Scott Buchert a deckhand on the El Patron? I saw him on a Dan Hernandez video last week. He's a deckhand everywhere, Robert. He bounces all around, and he was on a Dan Hernandez trip. I know that for a fact because he called me and told me. So he's presently bouncing between the Pacifica and the Grande, and he's talking about coming back up for the El Patron. So there you are, man. Scott Buchert making a name for himself.
Such a a need for a guy like that. You know, he's. I bet you he has a hard time just pushing him away.
How did you know?
Yeah, it must be what it is.
Mike Krinkovich, what a surprise that his reels are in a Crown Royal purple velvet bag. Old school thing. I would have never guessed
Never
that
in a
about
million
Mike.
years. No.
Mike, really? Where would you get such a bag? I don't understand. You must have talked to a friend and got a bag like that?
Especially those Crown Royals, they cost a lot. I mean, you figure they'd be like in a malt slick, what is it? Schlitz malt liquor bag.
Malt liquor. Testament to how much we drink. Where is Richard Hughes when we need him? Richard, man, you're missing out. You'd be teeing off on this guy. Thang Nguyen says, hey guys, Accurate no longer has their Boss Extreme models on their website. Does this mean they've discontinued them? Sam.
I don't know for sure. I know that they've made some changes in their kind of conventional reels, their basic reels, all the reels that are below their ATDs. They've had the Valiant, they've had the Turns. Now they've had that Ascender, and then the Turn 2. In fact, that Turn 2, I think, has kind of really hit its stride. They've gone through a couple of different iterations in that series, and to me, that Turn 2 is what's sold the best. It feels the best, and then also in that Ascender, I think guys are really responding well to that one. As far as the BX series, I know that they'll probably still make it, although as far as the last time I talked to them about that reel specifically, which wasn't that long ago, it was quite a ways ago. But I know that was a reel that wasn't that popular in the U.S. A little bit in Florida. Some of the guys use it down there for some light line fishing, and then also overseas in the South Pacific. I know some of the guys like it down there too. But if it was me and if I was looking at it from the outside looking in, which I am in this case, I would say that most likely that is what's probably going to happen. So if you're kind of a big fan of that reel, I would scoop up the ones you thought you were going to want for the foreseeable future. Although, in my opinion, their new Valiant 2s are probably the best small reel that they've ever made. In fact, they've done some really, really nice adjustments to them, offering a few different sizes with the slow pitch variant, and then also that 500 Narrow Plus, which in my opinion, that 500 Narrow Plus is probably their most usable reel that they've ever made. And so, to me, I can see them kind of moving forward with what they have now. And that BX is really something that's been around for 15, 20 years. Pretty much any company is only going to hold on to a reel for so long. So I don't know it to be for sure, but in my opinion, I think that's where it's headed.
All right, there you go. Mike Krinkovich says, haircut and a shave, 2 bits. Another blast from the blast. Sounds like he's in that purple bag to me.
He must have bought another reel.
Oh, my God. Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Robert Graber, good evening, Phil, Sam, and the Friedman Adventure fanatics. Happy Tackle Shop Confessions Monday. Robert Graber, we love you, man. Jeff Lingle, we love Jeff. He's probably, he is out at sea. I think he's on a 5-day trip. Jeff, is that right? By the way, Jeff,
Wowzers.
Do you and I have a bet on the SC Notre Dame game? We don't have to make it a jersey, but whoever loses wears the other guy's jersey. Or not jersey, a shirt, or, I got to wear something that says
helmet,
USC
something,
Trojan, something. Do we have a bet? If we do, let's do it. I'm in. Like Sam says, it's a good year to do it, man. Notre Dame's sputtering a little bit out there. Not looking all that great. Izzy is with us. Israel de la Cruz says, good evening, Israel. So great to have you here with us. As always, Robert Graver says, with an update now, squid boats are still off Leo Carrillo and even Port Hueneme now. Where's the sea bass and halibut? I'll tell you, maybe they're not catching them now, but that just sets up that magnet maybe for the spring, maybe for next month. It's hard to say.
I mean, at this point,
Jeez.
I think we're about 1,000 fish over what we normally catch here. So anything that we catch from
thousands,
now on,
probably
thousands,
right?
yeah. I mean, and I'm just being conservative there.
Yeah.
But I would say for sure, if anything we catch from now moving forward is I would definitely call it a bonus, even though that's already a bonus fish to be had.
Yeah.
That being said, I mean, I know as lately as a week ago, they were still catching a bunch of sea bass.
Yeah.
And I think that the Native Son got a whole bunch of halibut the other day too.
He had like double digits, 10 or something.
So,
Daniel Hadaway had 10.
I guess you got to be on the right boat as far as where they're at. I don't think every boat's going to catch 100 fish every single day all the time. But right now, I still think you have a great chance of catching a sea bass or a halibut, even though we're kind of way past the prime of the season for those species. So, who knows what that is anymore.
Sky and Izzy over there from Blacktail Hooks were on the Amigo maybe a week ago.
Oh, yeah.
And they had limits.
Yeah,
3
they
fish per
crushed
rod.
them. Yep.
So man, like you say, Sam, it's unbelievable
Yeah.
how good that bite. You could argue that the Channel Islands, you could argue a lot of places, but that place has been on fire.
Oh, yeah.
It's been really, really good. Robert, thanks for that update. And Robert wants to say to Captain Jeff, thanks for being here. Jeff, we really do appreciate it. Know you're busy, know you're working down below, and really appreciate it. Chewy in SoCal. I'm heading out on a 1.5-day trip on Friday. Will the tropical storm in Mexican waters have any effect on the fishing?
What do
I
you
don't think so. I mean,
Is it going to be bumpy out there this week?
so like I haven't looked that far ahead. I know that on our trip we're leaving Tuesday night. Beautiful weather Tuesday. Decent weather Wednesday. Beautiful weather Wednesday. And then it gets windy at night and windy 13, 14.
Yeah, not unfishable.
Yeah, no, not even close. You know, what you normally would expect offshore. And then the next day it gets a little bit windier, and then beyond that, I didn't look. So I don't know. I think Sam's right, though. He's honing in on the wind, and that would be your concern. You want to check that out, and maybe if I get a chance, I'll check that here during the show and let you know what we are seeing. But I know we're going Tuesday night. 2 spots available. Text me, 657-227-6459. And weather looks great. I mean, we could conceivably be done that first day and then fishing in the lee of an island the second day, which would be my dream come true. And I don't think it's out of the question. You know, this bluefin bite is good right now.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot. It doesn't take a whole lot. These guys are getting them. You know, like everything else, it's not like every single trip is catching, limits in 20 minutes, But, I mean, very, very few trips are coming back empty. I mean, I know a few guys through the weather a couple of weeks ago during that full moon, it was kind of a little bit dicey, and some boats were coming back a little bit dry. But it seems like since then, the last week or so, it's been pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty solid, yeah.
For sure. I talked to Dan Ross. He was on board the Oceanside 95, and he said if you chose a good hot bait and changed it really regularly, like not a long soak, change it, he got 15 fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, geez, right?
Pretty good, right?
Pretty darn good, man. That was daytime, folks. Daytime fishing. Just so you know, it's not only the nighttime anymore, it's daytime fishing. And there's a wide stretch to this. I talked to the guys on the San Diego. Somebody who was on there called me up, and they said the most fish they saw was 11 miles from Point Loma.
The most.
Wasn't biting, but they saw
It's going to bite on Wednesday.
volume.
Or Tuesday.
Yes.
Wednesday.
When I see Sam walking away like that, somebody has a question ahead of time that Sam has already looked at. So let's check it out. And it looks like Cinco Cinco. Sam, I'm considering purchasing a new reel, specifically for surface iron casting. I've heard the Avid Reel Magic Cast casting control system. Does this Magic Cast actually reduce backlashes, or is it all BS?
It actually does. Cinco Cinco, it's probably one of the best reels in that larger format. The Lexa 500, Lexa 400, Tranx 400, Tranx 500. I still feel like it's probably the best as far as just a reel that's going to cast easy a lot of different kind of jigs. That being said, they're a reel that's a single speed. It's a low profile reel, so the winding power on them isn't as great. The handles are a little bit smaller and stuff like that. So for the casting part, I think that those bait casters will cast better. If all you wanted to do was cast and not worry about landing the fish, or not worried about having something that's primed for fighting the fish, those reels cast well. And that doesn't mean that you're going to have a hard time or not be able to land a fish, but it's just a little more work. These Avits, in contrast, they cast really well. That magnetic cast control actually does work really, really good. In fact, in my opinion, I think that when you're throwing a jig, that's really when they really kind of show off their skill in casting. It's a magnetic cast control, so the faster the spool turns, the more it's actually working for you. So, when you're throwing a jig versus throwing a bait, the spool is spinning a lot faster. They work really, really good. Then also you can get them in a 2-speed reel. So, if you're targeting big fish, let's say, big tuna, or maybe even, let's say, Cedros, big yellows or something like that, a place where you want to have a lot of winding power, a lot of cranking power, that 2-speed reel, you just can't beat it. So So yeah, it does work really, really well. It's in my opinion by far the best for a larger reel. That being said, I still think that those bait casters for just purely casting are a little bit better, but with that Avid you get the best of both. The only downside to it would be that you want to make sure that it's going to fit your rod. The clamping system is not very upgradable. You kind of have to use the clamps that come with the reel, and if that works for the rod, then you'll be fine. But you want to make sure that that's going to be something that's going to work as far as the clamping on the rod, especially if you're using it on a deckhand rod.
All right, Tqckle. So if you take that thing and just cast it without thumbing it at all, will it bird's nest?
Just about not bird nest.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it has multiple settings.
Yeah.
You know, so if you set it to number 5, I remember when that reel first was being prototyped. I was on a trip, on a 7-day trip on the Royal Star, and Larry Brown, I don't know if you remember.
I do know Larry, yeah.
So Larry, he's a pro staff for Avid. So he brought it on the boat. He was, hey, Sam, check this thing out, you know. He had it on the 7-foot rod, 6'6" junior. He's like, you can't make this backlash. And, you know, this was 20 years ago almost now, right? And so I'm like, I can make anything backlash,
yeah,
man.
Right.
Just give me a chance here. So I give it an honest try. I turned the cast control all the way up, and I hooked that thing as hard as I could. I couldn't believe it. I mean, you know, 20 years ago, now we've seen, you know, with these bait casts and everything else, there's a lot of reels that do that. But back then, I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you know what, this is something that was designed for this reel, specially tuned. There's no way they're going to be able to replicate this over and over again. You know, because why wouldn't they had done that? You know, like a big company like a Daiwa or Shimano.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they have done that?
Yeah.
You know, a long time ago. I mean, Avid at the time was still kind of an up and coming company. Yeah, there were great reels and people were liking them, but they're still a small company compared to like a Shimano. And,
Right.
And even till today, they're really the only ones that make a reel that's that big, that has a cast control that works that good. So yeah, I mean, it is the real deal. The only downside I would say would be that they are a little heavier because it's an all aluminum reel. They are a little bit bigger, but you know, sometimes there's going to be some give and take. You can't have everything be the most perfect thing ever. You know, so for that reason, I would say, you know, you want to take these things into consideration. But yeah, you can almost cast that thing, and you probably still have to stop it when it hits the water, but you'll get a good cast. Now, granted, a guy who's got a very, very nicely maintained Trinidad 20, you know, a deckhand, you're not going to outcast him.
Yeah.
You know, it isn't about casting farther, but if you can't cast and you're backlashing every cast, you're going to cast way farther than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say it's a good place to start.
All right, Tqckle, great question. Mike Krinkovich. Anthony's not going to believe this at all. This is breaking news, Anthony. I've got many Crown Royal bags, if you know what I mean. Wow, I would never have thought that.
Nope.
Peter Chang, that's your last name, right?
Yeah.
Peter fixed my car, the real repairman from Tackle Shop. No, he's not from Tackle. He's from Island Fishing Tqckle. Peter, thank you. Do you want to take a bow here?
No, because I had help from me.
Oh, okay. Anthony, everybody chipped
How many
in.
zip ties did you guys put in that thing?
Just use JB Wells.
Which goes right over my head. You know what
Yeah.
it is, but I don't. Peter, thank you.
You're very welcome.
I really appreciate it. Man, we beat the hell out of that truck down there in Mexico, didn't we?
Won't come off now.
Yeah, I know. Oh, really? Good.
No.
Thank you, Peter.
Off again.
Mike Krinkovich with the Crown Royal. Now, Reggie Wynn, let me tell you. He says, good evening, gentlemen. When are the Scott Bucher t-shirts coming out? Would you carry them if we, huh?
They're already out.
Yeah, do you want to go get it? And you can show it off if you want. You don't have to.
You have it?
Yeah, I think it's, oh no, I think I took it out of there because of the trip. Yeah. Reggie, yeah, next week, man, we'll show you one of those for sure. I guarantee it. Once again, thank you so much, Peter.
You're very welcome.
Love you, man.
I love you too. Bye.
My Outdoor Activity just sent a $10 bill in here. We really, really appreciate it. You get to jump to the front of the line for doing that super chat, and that'll go to great use tonight over there at the Chicken Wing joint. I'll guarantee you that. Can't thank you enough for that. How is the new Penn Fathom 500 baitcaster compared to the Tranx 500 and Lexa 500? What is your opinion on the reel? Thank you, and once again, thank you so much for your kindness and generosity.
So that reel is still kind of being released, you know. So, I think, in my opinion, it's going to be a reel that's going to do really, really well. But since it's, genuinely just barely getting released, it's barely hitting the shops. I expect to see a couple in here in the next couple of days, hopefully. We just got some other combos from Penn that are really, really nice, and I think that they're going to sell really well, kind of more of a lower price kind of deal. But those Penn 500s, I seen them in person. I think they're going to do really, really well. As far as how they compare, I mean, yeah, if you just want to look at them size to size, it's really probably closer in dimensions and to like the Tranx 500. That being said, I think the price is going to be a little bit less. I think they're going to be like $500 versus I think the Tranxes are almost $600. That's going to be the first thing that people are going to notate is the price is pretty good on them. But they really haven't had a whole lot of time to kind of be out there on the boats to really say, okay, yeah, you know what, we've been using these things for a year now, and they've been great. I think that they will be. I think they're going to be awesome reels. They're going to be doing really, really well. But up to now, the Lexa 500, Tranx 500, they've just been out longer. So they have a lot more miles, a lot more history, and to be able to compare them fairly, I think you have to put the miles on that Fathom and really give it a good comparison that way. That being said, I know as soon as we get them in, they're probably going to sell right away only because, you know, seeing them firsthand, I think guys are going to be excited to get them. But I don't really have a fair, you know, assessment of them quite yet, although I think they're going to be really, really good.
All right, thank you, Sam. Great question, everybody. Jeff Lingle says he is in for sure. He's all about his team, University of Southern California, the Trojans. So we have a bet officially. Let me ask one more question, Jeff. Do you want to add to this bet that the loser sings the other team's fight song? And it's a YouTube video. So that would kill me, but I mean, it'd probably kill you too. So we'll see if we can do that. Reggie Wynn. If he can't get a Scott Bucher t-shirt, he wants to know if you have any 2 or 3 ounce hookup baits in stock, especially the white anchovy color.
Oh,
Whoa,
we got a couple here. We got a couple. Actually, these are in kind of as a special order for a customer that is going down to Cedros, probably what you want them for as well. I know he's not going to take them all, but I know he's going to take quite a few. He's going to be here on Wednesday, so everything that's left over after that, you're more than welcome to pick up there, Reggie.
All right, Reggie, hope to see you down here at Island Fishing Tqckle in Carson, California. Another satisfied, happy customer who came here, and that is Jason, Manila Ice Cream. Caught his first bluefin tuna Friday morning on the BG MQ 1000, 10,000. I bought it from Sam.
That's
you remember
it right there. Yep.
Yeah, super good guy.
Yeah, those reels actually, I mean, they've been kind of the deal, you know, those BGMQs, you know, Saltus MQs, you know, they're so nice, they're so smooth, and they handle those fish no problem.
All right, very good. Manila Ice Cream. It was crazy bumpy on the backside of San Clemente Island Saturday morning. About 1:30, it slowed down to 6 knots, which is what the forecast is for tomorrow in the first part of Wednesday morning. So it looks really good to me. Jeff, you look at the forecast all the time. Let me know what you're seeing up in our area, but I saw that all downgraded. It's breezy tonight off Playa Socorro. Jeff is down there, so that's 140 miles below the border, right down below San Quintin, or right around San Quintin. I don't remember exactly where. I do remember a pebbly beach that we killed the barred perch on, Socorro. That was a fun place to fish when my brother and I were younger. Looks fishable all through the next 10 days or so. There you go, man. Thank you so much. Looks that way to me also. So we're happy about that. Israel de la Cruz is taking his son on his first 2-day trip on Friday on board the Highliner. Any tackle recommendations for the current fishing going on right now? Israel, wish you guys the best trip ever.
Well, gosh, right now, you mean, you know, we're kind of still in that mode, especially with that daytime fish being on the smaller side. You're going to want to take everything from 25 pound up to, you know, 100 pound. You know, that nighttime fish is still around. Some of the boats have had some really good scores on nice fish over 100 pounds.
Right.
So I think that's going to be part of the program. But the daytime fish generally has been on the smaller side. Not only on the smaller side, but just it's been a little bit line shy too. You know, there really hasn't been a whole lot of bites where they're biting full speed, 50-pound test. It's been 20 to 30-pound test, daytime, small hooks, and like Phil said earlier, changing your bait. You really got to be active, you know, whereas a lot of times with this bluefin, you kind of maybe run up the bow and just soak a bait, you know, 150 yards away, and almost put you to sleep and then you'll get a bite. It's not really like that so much now. That fish kind of comes into the boat and you have to have a hot bait in the water at all times. So I think a variety of hooks and a variety of line sizes, everything from 20 pound to 100 pound right now is a possibility.
Sage advice. Robert Graber says that the Irish season can still be made with a win over the University of Spoiled Children. You can see who he's for. Sorry, Captain Jeff. Go touchdown, Jesus. Absolutely. Live free, die free. Good evening, gentlemen. Always good to see you and have you with us, my friend. Sam, you have any idea when the Penn Fathom 500 LP baitcaster might hit the shelves?
Man, that's any day now. I just received today, like I was saying earlier, there's a couple of reels that they came out with actually kind of below the Squall. Right now they have like the Squall, then the Fathom, and then they came out with a new series called the Predator, which is underneath that one. In fact, a rod and reel combo, 300 size reel, 400 size reel with the rod comes in at $219.
Oh, wow.
So it's almost like a crazy number to think, you know, most every single reel alone in that same class is going to be around $350 or more just for the reel. So these combos that they came out with, you know, I'm sure there's going to be some tariff increase here again on this type of stuff that's such a low price coming from overseas. But I think we're going to sell a ton of these rods and reels. This is not going to be your 100-pound tuna rod. This is going to be for the guys that are fishing half day, 3/4 day, overnight, calico bass, you know, the 3Bs, plus maybe some small yellows. I think would be no problem on these rods. As far as that 500, I think hopefully we'll see it this week. You know, as soon as we get it, I'm going to post it up. But I would say sometime this week, no problem.
Penn continues, if I have this right, their niche seems to be pretty quality stuff for a reasonable price. That's what that market, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Seems
you know,
like it.
they've always had some of everything.
Yeah.
You know, they have the Torques, they have the Internationals,
Yep.
you know, they have all that stuff. But they do offer something that's a little bit less. I mean, you know, they're in there. They're in that field. You know, this other setup here definitely, you know, going to be a much cheaper price point. Nobody has anything like that, but their other stuff is right in line. So their 400 size Fathom, right in line with the Tranks or Alexa. Their 500 size Tranks is going to be right in line. I'm sorry, the 500 size low profile reel of Fathom is going to be right in line with that Alexa 500. So that stuff is about the same as everybody else. But this one item they came out with, and this is actually not from Penn proper, it's actually from Abu Garcia. So it is going to be kind of somewhat more of a freshwater reel as far as just the components, what it's made out of, and things like that.
Thank you, Anthony.
But that being said, you know, guys using reels in a crossover setting, meaning that it's made for something but used for something else, is super common, especially down here in Southern California. We do that all the time. Guys are using freshwater reels inside the harbor and at the island and other places like that. And so, like this setup right here, it's an 8.5 foot rod. $219. I almost had to check it twice. I'm like, man, maybe they made a mistake or something like that. But no, that's what it is in the price list. So that's what we're going to put it for until they figure out they made a mistake, and then we'll have to change the price. But up to now, this is it. It even has a clicker. You know, it has a cast control. And it comes with a rod already.
Damn,
included.
it's really nice. And
Pretty
that
cool.
combo is how much?
$220. It's crazy, almost. Yeah.
It really is.
I should have bought 100 of them.
And it's stylish too. It looks cool. It's a vintage looking outfit.
Yeah, they did really, really well with it.
Man,
as far as
Dan's
they
even
put
looking
together.
at it, you know?
Yeah.
It's a 14 ounce.
Dan's
Yeah.
almost a bigger tightwad than me, you know? So, yeah. All right, very good. Thank you so much. You know what I can't wait to do before we go to chicken wings tonight? I'm going to go out and open the back of my car and then slam it and just see how it fits so beautifully because these gentlemen and Peter fixed it for
Your
me.
rear door will never has closed this good.
No, I swear
No,
to
yeah.
God. It's always been kind of screwed up. Yeah, I bet it's been bad for a year.
Oh my gosh.
No, yeah, completely broke today, but it's been weird.
You probably
for a
could have
long
tightened
time.
it down
Yeah.
for the last 2 years.
Yeah, 100%.
All it would have been was a screwdriver.
100%. All right, let's go to Chewy in SoCal. Israel have a setup for a fly line, sinker rig and nighttime jigging. The number one setup from 20 pound to 60 pounds, kind of what Sam said. One setup, 60 to 80 pound range, one in the 100 to 150 pounds range.
Yeah.
Covers all the angles. Excellent, beautiful advice. Ken Trenholm, I hope you're listening. Give my best to your mom. Tell her There's fresh bluefin on the way. Hello, Friedman Adventures family. Can't wait to see everyone on the Apollo. It's been way too long, Ken. Looking forward to it. Phil, are you going to bring some of your merchandise? I need a hat and stickers, and Mom says hello. Are we? Are we all out again?
What?
Yeah, no, we're all out again, I think. So he's not even paying attention
Hats.
to the show.
Oh,
Hats, shirts, do we have
we need
anything?
to order more.
We're bringing you guys some other product, though. We're going to be handing out, Ken. So, like Tuna Riot Poppers, not for sale, just a gift to you. So, we do have some stuff for you. But in terms of Friedman Adventures stuff, we're going to make that happen. One of these years, Ken, you'll definitely get it. Sam, what's in the box? We already covered that. And how long do you think it's going to take to get Mike off the Crown Royal bags thing? Mike Krinkovich, I had a few friends. I don't believe that, right away.
Right away.
That somehow the Crown Royal was their pour of choice. They had so many that I scored. I'm a T. Boy, I think he's really in it now. Yeah. Boy. Mike, I didn't mean to spin you off into outer space with all this. Cargo 91, who's a loyal Friedman Adventures family member. Michael Limon just walks in, shoving a cracker down his throat. Hello, Sam and Phil. Any idea if Shimano is ever going to make the Tranx 500 in left hand? Thank you, guys. I'm loving the show. Cargo 91, we are loving having you here with us.
As far as I know, no, that's not in the plans at the moment. I know that that's something that we get requested for quite a bit, and I know that Shimano, I'm sure, does as well. But as far as I know, that's not something that's in the works.
Jeff Lingle, I proposed to him that not only do we exchange Notre Dame shirts, but I said, do you want to sing the Notre Dame fight song or I'll sing the SC? And Jeff said, I couldn't stomach it. All right, gotcha. Chivo Robledo. We love Chivo. We were talking about Chivo just the other day. I'm late to the party. What kind of goodies does Sam have in the box? Do you want to show those one more time again?
So
Just for the
basically,
fun of it?
those are the white sea bass killers for Cedros here. We had one customer that ordered a whole bunch. He's going down there, I believe this weekend, but he's coming down on Wednesday to pick up his share of them, and then we'll have some left over. But these have been kind of hot up here too. Anywhere where there's sea bass and halibut around, these white and also ice-colored hookup baits have been kind of a good deal, along with the white flukes that everybody's familiar with now, I'm sure.
Could you catch a bluefin on one of those?
I could.
Really? I mean, why not, right?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, they'd bite that.
Yeah,
wouldn't
maybe.
they?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Back to the fun here.
You should buy a pack and find out.
Yeah, really. Thank
going-
you. Dad, how does this go? Dad's
Cool.
Dad's cool.
Man, you had it last week too.
Man, I'm telling you, I almost screwed that up. Dad's cool. Good evening. Looking to get one more trip. If this season in November, 3 days on my schedule allows, is that long enough to get to the fish that time of the year, or should I wait until I have more time? November 3-day trip. It's hard to say, man.
I know.
Who knows, right?
Yeah, you're asking for a lot of prediction here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as far as if you're talking tuna. If you're talking anything else, I mean, I'm sure there'll be something to catch.
Yeah,
in
yellows.
November. Yeah, but that tuna. I mean, if we get it any time after October, really is kind of bonus time. But it's not out of the question either. I mean, this year, we've kind of had everything that has been kind of late. We have all this monsoon weather here, which is kind of something that we normally get earlier.
Yeah.
It can very well be the case. But I would say book it now and just take it as it comes.
Yeah, right,
yeah.
exactly. It could be a really fantastic trip, but to try to project into the future is a tough one, even for Sam and I. Matthew Martin, hi guys, great show. Sam, do you carry rigs for calico bass?
For sure. That's been kind of a super hot thing this year. Guys catching sand bass on them, calico bass, even some yellowtail. Those rigs have really kind of, and once again, we were talking about crossover type lures. That's one of them for sure. That is definitely something that came out of the freshwater and now is super hot in the saltwater.
Get your limit in one cast.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. I know my son was on the Freedom and I was sitting next to him and he threw the rig and had like 4 calico bass. He put it up and they kind of got tangled and he goes, I'm already regretting this.
Yeah.
For some reason. So
It's just kind of a cool picture when
it's
you have all
really
those bass.
cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool. I'd be all over that. Mackie, Sam, what is the rating on those pen combos Is there a lefty for poor Mackie?
You know what? I think they are
Rod
going to be
rating.
doing a lefty as far as the rating on the rods. The 300, I would consider it like a 15 to 30. That 400 actually has a super heavy rating on it. It's really almost more of a musky rod. I think that's got like a 40 to 80 rating, braid rating that is. But I would consider the lighter 300 to be something that I would characterize as a 15 to 30, and the heavier one being like a 20 to 50 or something like that.
All right, beautiful. Thank you, Mackie. Doug says Scott Bucher, what's his name? Scott Buchert T-shirt on February the 30th. That's a special day. You know what that is?
What is it?
I have no idea.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but that sounds good to me. Mike Krinkovich, back to the Crown Royal. I can't believe it. I scored many Crown Royal bags from them. I'm more of a rye whiskey guy, but enough said on that subject.
I doubt it.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah. Whoa! My outdoor activity, so generous, sent another $10, a
Love this.
meal for Mr. Friedman. I threw Mr. in there. And a meal for Sam.
Whoa.
Is a bait, thank you first of all, really, really appreciate it, is a bait feeder system, spinning reel, needed to fly line live bait. Can you demonstrate at your shop how to fly line with a spinning reel?
Well, it's not needed. In fact, we were just kind of going over this today with a customer who has a larger a bait runner, Shimano bait runner. One of the things I would say would be that it would definitely make it easier. The only limitation to me is that those bait runners are kind of an older style reel, and not that that's anything wrong with being an older reel, but they don't produce as much drag as the newer reels. So like a bait runner might give you like, let's say 12 pounds of drag, which is kind of borderline for like maybe some 30-pound tests. And if you're looking to fish any heavier than that, like if you were going to fish 50-pound and try to catch a nice big tuna, you'd be a little bit light on the drag for those. If you're going to fish something more local, like yellowtail or local fish, I think definitely they work really, really good. That bait feeder system, it works really good. I mean, they've had that thing around for about 40 years now or something like that at least. And Shimano's the one that kind of came up with that. I know other companies have similar reels, but that's the only drawback to them, is that the drag systems on them are not as strong as a non-bait bait feeder
He
reel.
was talking about the Akuma bait feeder?
Is that what he was talking about?
Yeah.
Well, even theirs too. I mean, I think theirs is a similar kind of situation. They have a reel that's in that Avenger system that is a bait feeder, and I think it's the same deal with that. It's kind of a lower end reel. That being said, I actually have fished bait on a spinning reel, a 6,000 size spinning reel. It's a little bit cumbersome in the sense that you're having to pay the line out, and the only drawback to it is that when you want to backpedal your line, you have to put the reel or flip the bail and wind, and you're always kind of concerned that as you do that, you get bit and you get picked is probably what happens most of the time. But I still feel like you can do it. You're just going to hold the line a little bit away from the spool instead of holding it right next to the spool. So if you get bit, that line will kind of slide through your fingers, and then you flip the bail. Let it run for a little bit, then flip the bail. It's a little bit more dramatic with the spinning reel because you're having to deal with a little bit more slack. Whereas with the conventional reel, because you're kind of, once you get bit, you have your finger on the spool because you don't want to backlash. You're actually taking line and you're taking slack out of the water just by having that pressure on the spool. Versus with the spinning reel, it's kind of just loose, and so that slack stays in the water. And when you flip the bail, that slack comes tight, and so there is that to deal with. That being said, I really haven't had a big problem hooking the fish once you get a bite. The main thing is that in the very beginning, I try to kind of simulate what you would with a bait caster reel by putting a little bit of tension on the line, and you're holding it up above the spool a little bit. If we have a little bit of time, maybe I'll grab my spinning reel and I can have the guys kind of pull line off of it and kind of show what I mean.
Yeah. That sounds good. And how about the Akuma Coronado?
Those are a little bit better for sure. That's a good mention there because I haven't had those in stock here for a little while. They came out maybe, I want to say 7-8 years ago, and I think that they did pretty good when they first came out, but that bait feeder thing just hasn't been that hot of a feature. But if you were going to look at one, I think that Coronado would be a good one. Let me go grab one of the other combos here, and then I'll show what that's like.
Sam's going to grab that. I'm going to tell you about the morning briefing tomorrow morning. We are absolutely heading off. Oh, okay. Yeah, we mentioned that on the Danny Kadota Show, but there's squid boats. Where is that exactly? Huh? Hueneme. We have all kinds of squid boats up there. Anthony's sharing that information with us. Morning briefing tomorrow morning. We have a trip on the Apollo tomorrow night, which could be sold out. It's been sold out a couple times, but a couple of guys need to get off the trip for a medical reason. If you'd like to join us, that'd be great. We got 2 spots right now. And like I said, it could be sold out because I haven't been able to check my phone. First come, first serve. Send me a text. Leaving on the Apollo tomorrow night at 9 p.m. from C4 Sportfishing in San Diego. Includes all your meals, includes your fuel surcharge, tips, and fish processing are extra. Just send me a text if you'd like to get on it, and I'll get back to you. 657-227-6459. And Sam, my outdoor activity, is going to give you the demonstration that you so richly deserve because of your generosity with 2 super chats tonight.
So who's going to be our fish?
Michael Limon, right? Michael Limon, he's a fish. Michael, come out and show yourself as a fish.
Just maybe hold the mono there.
There you
so
go.
You don't mess up
No,
your hand.
Michael, put your face in there, Michael, so people can see the fish.
What kind of fish is he?
Blue
Halibut.
perch.
Halibut. Okay.
Blue
perch. Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe a calico bass.
Maybe a black sea bass.
So you basically, maybe get in the frame here. So you're going to cast out your reel. You're going to hold your line. Go ahead and start pulling line. So this would be like your live bait, pulling line
What a
off.
fish.
And then go ahead and take off like if I'm getting bit.
Oh, there he
So
goes.
now you're getting bit. You're going to let it go, put it in gear. You want to wind down to it, and then you set the hook. So really having your line, go ahead and pull line on if you get in. Kind of go that way a little bit. Go that way.
Yeah, Michael Limon.
So as you're pulling line up, it's going to be way up here. So you want to have the line come off the reel nice and easy. Flip the bail, and you're good to go. So it's not that hard. I mean, I'm maybe oversimplifying it here because that fish is going to be hopefully going 80 miles an hour. But that's basically what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to hold the line a little further up. And when you get bit, the line will come off a little bit smoother off the spool.
All right, beautiful. Hope that helps my outdoor activity. Thank you again. Mike Krankovich is back. He says, talk about beating a dead horse makes interesting tacos, I've heard. Yeah, really. What? That's the appropriate response to
Yes.
that. Yeah. Either that or call the mental health people right away and get them over there. Halibut, man, what makes the white Spectra different than other braids on the market? Mitchell, great question.
The color? Yes, yeah. I mean, most guys
Maybe
are
not
using...
so great.
Yeah.
Easier to come by, I guess.
The white Spectra, especially on the West Coast, it's probably not like that in other parts of the country, its popularity at least, but a big part of it is because we're fishing so many sport boats here, whereas if you're on a private boat, this wouldn't apply. But when you have 15 guys in the water and all of them have Spectra, it is much easier to keep your line in check if you know and you can see where it's at. So keeping your line in front of you, keeping your line from under the boat or things like that is going to be way easier in the white. Now, people will sometimes say, well, the fish are going to see it, but in actuality, you're using a leader of some sort, and you would think that even 5 or 6 feet, you would think, well, maybe the fish can see it. But in my opinion, that's not the case. It doesn't seem like, to me, that's been a problem. Also, too, the white Spectra should be technically the hardest color for that fish to see. If you notice, every single bait fish and even every game fish, the bottom of the belly is almost always white, whether it's a sardine, a mackerel, or a tuna, or a wahoo. All their bellies are white, and that's because as they're looking up, that bait fish is trying to camouflage against the sun. And if you look inside your house or inside the store here, if you were to put white Spectra up against those lights, you wouldn't see it as good as if you saw a color Spectra. I think Michael has a question.
Yes, Michael is either doing a statute of liberty.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah, statute of limitations. Go ahead, Michael.
Do you think the fish can see, say if you have blue braid on your reel, do you think the fish
So Michael's asking, the fish can. Do I think the fish can see the braid? I don't. I don't think they can see it. In fact, I bet you there's been a lot. There would be many times in which if you tied a hook right to the braid, there'd probably be times when you get a bite. I don't know if that would happen as often as if you don't do that. So I would recommend you don't do that. But there's been times, especially calico bass fishing, where for a lot of years I was fishing those slugs, tying them straight to the braid, and got lots of bites. But for live bait fishing, I think when you have a situation in which you might have a fish that's taking a little bit closer look at your bait, a small hook, and some type of fluorocarbon is going to be your way to go.
Well, I'll freaking guarantee you one thing, that Mike Krinkovich can't see the braid tonight.
If you get a Mike
Can't see his
Krinkovich,
hand in front of his face
if you get a Mike
anymore.
Krinkofish, then if that's what you're fishing for, it don't matter what you use.
All right, and what a couple of dopes we are, really, because the February 30th, Scott Bucher Day, you know what day that is?
I thought it was December 30th. What are you
No, I think
throwing
he
on
said
the-
February 30th. And There is no February 30th, you
that's
dummies.
right.
It is on the 28th, or leap year, 29th. You got us, man. Nailed us for sure. Chuck Zimmer from Z Custom Rods just had a great trip to Mexico with Chuck and his son Charlie. Update on the upcoming raffle on October the 13th. I'm picking up the United Composite Viper this Wednesday. So he's adding that to the reel. What reel are we giving away, Sam?
I think you were giving those $1,000 reels away, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know which one it was?
I think. Well, you said it was.
What? A Macaira 16?
You said every single person who donates $1,000 gets a free reel.
Yes.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That Island Tqckle
Yeah.
along with your cat.
Yeah.
Hey, the raffle is coming up. It's going to be October the 13th live here. We've got a Macaira 16, and now we've just added a United Composite Viper. That's a beautiful. What's a ballpark estimate on the value of those two items combined?
Is it going to be a blank only or a
No,
rod?
I don't know.
Be wrapped.
Yeah, it's wrapped and ready to
is-
rock and roll.
You know, you're talking at the very least $650, $700, something like that.
All right, for the rod,
Now Chuck usually puts a little bit of spin on it, so I'd probably add another couple $100 on top of that.
900. Okay, and the reel?
Macaira
brand?
16, yeah, another.
Limited edition as well.
So is it the Dorado color one? Okay, so the black one, I think those are around 630, 640, something like that.
Okay.
So you're looking $1,500
$1,500, ladies and gentlemen.
plus
That
all the
is
other stuff
coming
you're
up.
giving. You know,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the other stuff too.
So much
we'll
stuff.
be mentioning that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
much stuff.
so much.
We're gonna put them in Crown Royal bags this time because Mike Krinkovich will have gone through another 30 bottles by then. All right, very good. So that raffle is coming up. You can get a hold of Chuck Zimmer. I don't know that I can remember Chuck's number right now. I'm going to say 310-918-1448. That's his Zelle number also. I hope I'm right, or you're going to be waking Grandma up. 310-918-1448. Anthony confirms that my memory held up for at least that. Very good. How about Patrick Gilmore? By the way, Patrick, my son Patrick, birthday tomorrow. Love you, son. I already talked to you and wished you an early happy birthday. I'll be following up with another one, but love you, Patrick. Not that he's watching. He's busy doing other stuff, and it's midnight in Florida right now. Patrick Gilmore says, hey, I'm sorry to ask. Don't be sorry, Patrick. That's why we're here. But on that Abu Garcia combo, was the real the Beast 400?
No, it's not. It looks just like it. It does. But the Beast 400 is the one that we showed last week. It's in that silver box. Those are $350. We do have those in stock. Those are really, really nice reels. It's kind of a similar version of that, but a toned down version. Yeah, obviously the rod and the reel is $220, but we do have that reel. I'll go grab it right now.
All right,
That
perfect.
one's
And I want to thank
really
Patrick
nice.
not only for a great question, Patrick, but for reminding me
Yeah.
to wish my son Patrick a happy birthday. Couldn't have a better son. Love Patrick very, very much. Both those knuckleheaded kids of mine are great boys and work hard and honest good kids. So thank you, Patrick, for that reminder. Apollo tomorrow night, 2-day trip with Friedman Adventures. I'll be shooting a video on that trip, and you can join us. All you got to do is send me a text, 657-227-6459 as Michael Limon comes in with even more food. What are you eating now, Michael?
Chips.
So
All
here's
right, thank
here's
you.
that Beast 400, and then that other one. I think it's going to be called the Max X or the Predator. It's actually kind of more of a Black Max if you wanted to look at the different series available. This is definitely a more lightweight reel. You can see the gearbox on the Beast is huge. This is not as big, and so definitely a toned down version of it. I think they're also going to offer this reel as a standalone reel. So not sure what the price of the reel is going to be. I'm sure it's going to be less than $200 or somewhere in that range. But this is the Beast, and so yeah, that's not the one that comes on here. Very similar as you can see, but not exactly the same.
This thing's got 20-something pounds of drag on it.
Yeah, it's pretty stout drag, yeah, on that reel. Anyways, yeah, this guy here's got like 30 pounds of drag. That one's got like 26 pounds of drag.
That's great,
So
man.
very capable reel, but it's a toned down version, guys. This is not going to be
Right.
This is not going to replace your Tranx 500 or nothing like that. But that being said, for the money, there's nothing on the market like it.
Why are you standing? You're starting early tonight. Do I need to stand? What?
Well, in case I got to go get something else.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Let's go back to the scintillating questions and answers here on Tackle Shop Confessions, as always. Halibut Man is totally excited, man. He's
Yeah.
so anxious.
This
because
weekend, right?
Lobster season starts the 26th.
You going?
I don't know.
You should.
I should. Yeah. We have a lobster seminar again every Wednesday night. We're doing one. Not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday we start back in on our rotation.
Very good.
Brian Sanchez did a great job.
Oh, yeah,
on
I saw that the other day.
it
Yeah,
was a lot
pretty
of
good
fun.
dude.
He was good, but yeah, man, are you got lobster gear here, right? Why don't you?
We
give that
do.
up?
We do. In fact, well, we don't have it all set up yet. We were just kind of taking it out of the back there, kind of storage area. But we got a lot of cleaning up here to do in the next day or two, and then we're going to kind of set up a display there with all we have.
Yeah, Michael Lemon, why don't you set that up right now?
Yeah.
Michael Lemon. He's eating potato chips or something. All right, and My Outdoor Activity says, thank you for demonstrating. Also, I was looking at the Okuma Coronado CDX80.
Yeah, though that reel's a little bit bigger for sure. This is a 6,000 size Daiwa, a lot smaller. This is kind of my choice just because it's a lighter weight, smaller reel. But that 80, that's a much bigger reel. That's like a 14,000 if you were to compare it to this year, a lot bigger. But yeah, it definitely would work.
All right, excellent. Great questions tonight. We really appreciate it all from all of you. Now, Greg Bates, the elf, is going to create some controversy, throwing this in the anglers in Southern California's face. He says spinners
Oh, man.
will always outperform conventional reels. The West Coast is learning what the East Coast already knows. If you can't do it on a spinner, you ain't squat. I'd love to hear your reaction to that.
I don't know. You ain't squat. I know.
All right, Greg, thank you so much for sharing. Joseph, laughing out loud, and Mackie can smell that fish from here.
He can.
Yeah, what fish?
I don't know. He's smelling it though.
I don't know. Sometimes these comments come so far after whatever we were talking about. I have no idea.
Maybe it had to do with the hookup
Smell
baits.
that fish from here.
Maybe the garlic of the hookup baits.
Maybe, huh? Yeah.
Could be.
It's like driving by the fish factory in Ensenada, man. You can smell that fish, let me tell you. Halibut Man, I've yet to see a super cow on a spinner. Oh, firing back at
Oh,
Greg
man.
Bates.
Oh, man.
I went on a 10-day trip, and the only spinning reel got laughed back to the rod holder. So take that and stick it where the sun don't shine, elf. Okay, I just filled in a little bit for him there, anticipating what he was thinking. John Dulay says, does that tackle shop sell fish bites?
We don't. I know that's kind of an up-and-coming brand. I know on the East Coast they're pretty big. A little bit for surf fishing too. I know they have these little. They look like gum. Yeah, what's that gum called? That tape gum or whatever that stuff is. No, it's that stuff that comes on a roll. Whatever that kind of gum. Yeah. It looks like that, but apparently it works pretty good. But we don't have it. No, we don't.
All right, very good. And My Outdoor Activity has been so kind and generous with two $10 super chats. Really appreciate it. Says thank you, to which we say thank you. Chivo Robledo. Hey, Phil, did that Promar guy, Brian Sanchez, compile a lobster trip boat list yet that you know of? He said he was almost finished with it and he was going to announce it on our show a week from Wednesday. But I'll talk to him, Chivo. If you want to see that earlier than that, maybe I can get him to hurry that up a little bit so that you can put it to good use. Joseph S. Joseph, thank you for being here. What pound test are you using to fly line for bluefin? I know this guy, Dan Ross, at 25 was bit all day.
Yeah,
long,
I mean,
but you want to have
same exact thing like fishing conventional. You know, I mean, especially on this smaller grade fish. You know, this 10 to 40 pound fish. I would be fishing 25 pound, but if you got to fish 20, you can fish 20. Fish 30, you can fish 30. But it's whatever kind of it calls for. But I would say 25 pound would probably be the most common size. 20 or 25.
Excellent. John Dulay says, I don't see any tackle shop in town that sells fish bites. They don't. Nobody sells them.
I don't know. I haven't gone to check them all, but I'll do that right now.
Maybe that's what Mackie can smell.
Yes, it could be.
Yeah, maybe he read that and said that.
Maybe Big Fish sells it. I don't know. It's kind of a surf fishing thing.
We got a fight going here, which I always
Maybe,
like.
You could try.
Oh, Big Fish?
Maybe try Big Fish. 'Cause
Okay.
really kind of a bigger surf fishing type of thing.
There's a tackle shop in San Diego that I saw.
You can go to San Diego. There's a tackle shop there.
Okay, thank you, San Diego.
Michael Limon says.
Maybe big fish on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. So that's a great possibility. John Dulay, no, let's go to Greg Bates because he's going to fire back at Mitchell, halibut man. Hey, Mitchell. Hey, a-hole. When you're on a 10-day trip, you're not freaking fishing for spinner fish. You know, fish that go like this when you wind them up. Spinner fish. You think there's guys that don't do it and get a fish, not a weekend warrior? Did any of that make any sense? All right, Greg, way to go. Keep it going. I hope Mitchell comes back. I'm not quite sure what Greg was saying, but as long as it's controversial and he's attacking Mitchell, I'm all for it. Thang win. Hey, guys, sorry again. By any chance, if I can see the accurate turn to Sam's already on top of this. There you go, my friend. Thang.
Here's like the smallest one. Here's the biggest one here. Turn 2, 300. Turn 2, 6. Oh, this is actually, yeah, 600 here. They make a 600 narrow as well. And they make a few sizes in between. But yeah, these have been really, really good as well. And they also make, I know they make this in like a 500 narrow with like a jigging handle. So if you're looking for a jigging style setup, they have that as well. So these are the Turn 2s from Accurate.
All right, very good. Jeff Lingle says it's 10 in Florida, but in Phil time, it's midnight. Yeah, it feels like midnight right here, Jeff. At 4 o'clock in the morning, we'll sing you. Jeff Lingle, by the way, we were at the casino, Pachanga, when SC played Notre Dame. And I got to tell you, there was some SC fans behind us, and they couldn't have been any nicer. And we actually looked at one another for a moment, smiled, and said, can't we all just get along together? And we managed to make it through the game without throwing a punch or anything. It's a beautiful thing.
You would have never
Notre
thought
Dame
in a
was
million
way ahead,
years.
so,
Yeah.
you know, we were crowing pretty loud. But all right, very good. Thank you, Jeff. Live free, die free. Did an 8-day trip on the Royal Polaris last December, an LTH trip. I used my Penn 10,500 on a carnage rod, landed 2 yellowfin tuna in the 80-pound range, 80-pound braid, reel as 50 pounds of drag.
No problem for him.
There you go. So what can I tell you? Hey, Michael, get that plug and plug this computer, and I got a low battery situation going
Oh,
on
man.
here.
Let's go. Hurry up.
Low
Let's get this
battery
going. Let's get this
situation.
going.
Sam wants, no wonder he's standing. He wants to run to the chicken joint. All right, where are we now? Yes, thank you very much. Live free, die free. Take that, Mitchell. Patrick Gilmore, thank you for clarifying that for me. Love the Beast 400. LOL, I will come and get one. Patrick, thanks for reminding me about my son's birthday. Polka-Dot Fishes. Good evening, gents. Have a great trip tomorrow. Phil, the Beast 400 is a great reel. Thank you so very much. Joseph D. Wilson, whatever happened to all the talk about slow pitch jigging? Has it fallen out of favor?
Well, I think people are still talking about it quite a bit. We're still selling a lot of stuff, so I guess it depends on where you're looking.
All right, there you go. I think it's still being talked about. I know these couple guys like John Garma, who's going to be on our Apollo trip. He'll be all over it, and he does really, really, really well. Greg Bates says, Mackie, clean the cat box. The smell problem will be solved. Okay. Hey, Michael. Oh, wait. Oh, thank you, Sam. Hold on. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We have some technical difficulties going on here. There you go,
Some mental
Sam.
difficulties.
Mental difficulties? All right. Let's get this taken care of here. It's live, whatever it is. And Michael Limon did it. All right, we're back in business here, Sam. We can go for another 6 hours. Let's see. Israel, Phil, are you still planning a group fishing excursion in Ensenada with Paulina? This was the test run. Israel, we will be putting together some trips in the near future. Our next one is kind of it's more of a taking the kids and showing them how to wrap a rod, which will take place the weekend of December the 12th. And then we're going to take them fishing. Hopefully Paulina is going to be on that trip with us. I haven't talked to her quite yet. We're kind of just coming up with this idea right now, but nothing would make the dog and I happier than to see Paulina with that beautiful smile and those lovely words she always has for me, like, get away from me. So something like that would be fantastic. All right, let's heat this controversy up between the elf and the halibut man. What's next, Greg? Zepco push button for albacore is the way to go, you little dork. Man. Live free, die free, Zepco 404. Sam just like, keep reading. Arturo Jacinto, how do you use the rail with a spinner and a cow tugging on the line? That is a very sage question.
Not sure, and I haven't done it yet. When I do it, I'll let you know.
You know that,
Rod holder. Stick
Yeah.
it in the hole.
you know what?
You can probably go like that, maybe.
Didn't, what's his name with the
Joe Russo, yeah.
Joe Russo?
Yeah, you can actually use it, but that's on a private
What's
boat.
that thing called?
It's called the rail assist pipe. The
Yeah,
wrap,
the rail assist pipe.
the wrap pipe. Yep.
If you're on a private boat, the rep system or wrap system, or is that it?
Yeah.
Hey, can you show that, Anthony? Arturo, if you're on a private boat, you can do it with this device that our dear friend Joe Russo has been manufacturing, doing such a great job in revolutionizing sport fishing.
Just wind in that fish. You don't have to use the rail. Just wind them in.
Yeah, put it in your hip.
Just wind them in.
Sacco Hunt says, hit the like button for these two legends. Thanks for the stream. Man, you are so deeply appreciated. Thank you so much. Halibut Man, I've seen the ball get all bent up from spinning
bail.
on the gunnel. What? Oh, bail. I thought he was talking about Greg Bates's. Oh, never mind. I've seen the bail get all bent up from spinning on the gunnel. There you
Yeah,
are.
man.
Yeah, that's
That must have been crazy to see that.
Man, that's.
Jeez.
I don't.
Oh,
want
man.
to see.
Yeah, I don't want to
such a
see
thing.
something like that.
Oh, disgusting. Jack, hi, Phil and Sam. Recommendation for a beginner rod and reel combo. Conventional setup. Jack, that's a
Yeah.
great question.
Just the ones we were showing there earlier.
Oh, yeah,
The one I
heck
was
yeah.
showing you was a 400, but they also have a 300, a little bit lighter. So depending on what you're going to be targeting.
In case Jack wasn't with us, what were those again?
So that was the Predator combo from Abu Garcia. It's a 400 size is the larger one, although I would consider this more like a, like something you would use on an overnight trip maybe. Whereas the next one is the 300 size, 7.5 foot rod. It's probably what I'd recommend for a half day boat, 3/4 day boat. So these are from kind of a new product from Abu Garcia. They're $219.99, and really the only thing that's really available in that price range.
All right, very good. Excellent question, Jack. And that looks like the perfect setup. Live free, die free. He says, hey, listen, jackasses, you want to use a spinner? Then man up and work it. Okay? You got to work it. You got to take your spinner, you got to work it.
Don't bend the bail,
Don't bend the damn bail. Because there is no bail.
especially on the gunnel.
On the gunnel. You can't do that. The gunnel and the bail.
And don't bend it.
And big man up. Yeah, I like this whole thing, man. Greg Bates is back with us, and he says, Mitchell, I will do it if you do it. Oh, they're going to do it now. You're taking me back to 70s.
You scared?
Scared, you little baby halibut man? Little halibut man. Who came up with that name? Man, halibut man, you should be fishing with a spinner. You could have come up with wahoo man or bluefin tuna man, but you had to go halibut man. What a freaking wimp. Did you see that all written there? Man, I'm
Wow.
telling you. What's in that coffee you gave me tonight? Mike Krinkovich. Here we go.
Oh, man.
We're going back to the
You better hurry up.
Crown Royal. The Snoopy Zepco is the stone cold lock on the Sierra trout when fishing the narrow stream. That's called sniper fishing
Yep.
on the trout.
Yep.
Is that true?
That's for sure. I've seen
okay.
it before. The guys just shoot that thing.
Jeff Lingle's had enough. And I think
Yeah.
this is the one comment Sam will agree with. Go eat some wings already. Hang on,
time.
Jeff. Just give us one more second here. Greg Bates, right on, live or die. Thank you. Finally, a fisherman. Man, these guys are going at it. Nothing from Halibut Man. He's retreated, I think. We'll see. I'm trying to get through this, Sam. Arturo Jacinto, I was being facetious about the spinner on the rail. Okay, we went through that whole thing for nothing. I don't go on private boats. Spinners on cows don't freaking work, period. Do you agree?
Not too well. Not on cows.
Yeah. Cow being over 200 pounds.
Over 200 pounds.
Thank you, Mike, says Greg Bates. See, I got some
Credit.
credit. All right, that is. Are we out of here? I can see you want to get out of here.
We're done.
That was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these comments were a little brutal, I have to admit. I didn't want to read them, but you forced me to. Chewy in SoCal, I caught a 120-pound bluefin on a spinner.
That's a big
80
one.
pounds away from
That's
Macau.
That's a big one.
There you go,
than
Greg
halfway
Bates. He says, yeah, always swim school. First time I've seen swim school here. Spinning reels on big tuna work in Australia and other places, but not in
It's all
California.
backwards down there, though, you know?
Oh, it goes like the bail goes the other way?
Yeah.
Even when it hits the gunnel?
Even when it hits the gun.
Woo! Hey, I like your train of thought there, swim school. Chivo Robledo, Sam's leaving whether the show's over or not. Chivo Robledo, have a great trip, guys. Stay safe. We will do that. Hey, one more time. You want to join us on that trip tomorrow? We are really looking forward to seeing you on there. The Apollo tomorrow night out of C4 Sport Fishing. We've got 2 spots available with your name on it. Just send me a text, and I'll get back to you tonight. 657-227-6459. Halibut Man says, I'm scared to leave my house. They might be an elf waiting outside to get me. This sounds like a good horror movie, actually, Halibut Man. You know, the elf that goes insane. Jeff Lingle, not at all. I'm out trying to find fish right now. All right, cool. Well, we're keeping you awake. And John Dulé said he caught a 165-pound bluefin tuna. That's not quite a cow. A 200-pound fish would be a cow. Greg Bates, thank you. Swim, my outdoor activity. Good night. Mike Krinkovich, many great family trips at Mammoth on the San Joaquin with the killer Zepco rig. Thank you, Mike. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. For Sam De La Torre and Island Fishing Tqckle, and of course everybody who makes fish, or what is the name of this show?
He's going up the door. Right?
Tackle Shop Confessions. So great. That includes Michael Limon and Anthony and Dan Lightfoot and our studio audience who are always here. Really appreciate it all. Sam De La Torre. Sam, thank you.
That's it, man.
I think we're ready to go. See you on the morning briefing bright and early, my
See you
friends.
tomorrow.